Kia ora te whānau, welcome along to Rodney Green Arena's Napier for this Rapid League matchup between Hawke's Bay Hawks and Southland Sharks. Andrew Mulligan, Crystal Ledger-Walker on hand for this one, and it's quite frankly a pretty dismal Rapid League season for the Southland Sharks. Just 2 wins so far on the season, and for the Hawks a little bit better. But those 2 teams on your screen, the Sharks there and the Hawks down the other end, they need good points percentage difference, because it's coming down to really clutch stuff in the not only Sky Broadband Rapid League, as you see the Hawks there are no playoffs. It's for the Sal's NBL main ladder, Crystal.
Yeah, I mean, that Sal's NBL main ladder, it is getting tight in the middle. So you're right, these points do matter, and they'll want to lap it up today, because last time these 2 teams played, they were in the 20s.
Yeah, absolutely. And you just have to look at some of the stats, and you can see there the percentage of the Southland Sharks, just 2 and 14. Meanwhile, the Hawks in that top 6 position, not great. Some of the starters getting warmed up while we get ready for this Sky Broadband Rapid League game. Ledger, Inga, Helu, Cooper and Collier are the starting 5 for the Southland Sharks. Disclaimer, your cousin is Will Ledger, and also your cousin is Josh Ledger as well, brothers.
Right, and I will not apologise for being biased towards them. I am always happy to watch them play, but yeah, I'm excited to see this Sharks squad, and I'm sure they'll be happy that Inga's back in the mix, a top 10 scorer in this Rapid League.
Now, just a point here, Jacob Murphy's getting the start in Rapid League, which suggests he won't be starting in the main game. They have made a change here. We were under the impression through the player status report that Jacob Murphy was going to start the main game. Perhaps Campbell Scott gets the start in the main game, and therefore the matchup with Braden Inga, or rather the key player highlight, can't be Campbell Scott anymore. But that field goal defense is actually pretty good when you look at it for the Hawke's Bay Hawks at 40%, and not bad for the Southland Sharks at 42%, but they just can't score points. That's the problem, these 2 teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty close when you look at both of those stats, so it will be interesting to see how they go tonight, and with Jacob Murphy back in this mix, that will be a great thing for the Hawks on that offensive side of things.
Some outs as well for the Hawke's Bay Hawks. No Kahu Treacher, no Jackson Ball as well. So Kahu Treacher would be in the Rapid League game. Jackson Ball obviously starting for the Hawks. Testing their depth, Kobe Carter suffering a knee injury last round. Thoughts to Kobe Carter and his rehabilitation. That was a gnarly looking injury.
Yeah, that was one that you did not want to see too many times on your screen. So well wishes are with him. I'm sure he'll be watching on or at the game, supporting his team.
Some youngsters on their Matariki Day. Happy Matariki Day to you. And getting to run the ball out. Obviously, maybe the big brother gets to run the ball out. They are indeed brothers, of course. About to get underway. It'll be Keeley and Collier who will get the tip going. And nice kits for this one as well. Going with the pinstripes of Hawke's Bay. And the classic purple, the maroon of Southland, their dominant colour across the region. It will be the Sharks with the ball. Left to right on your screen. Collier down low has the size advantage on Keeley, and he gets the first bucket, and that's a good sign for the Sharks. They were dismal last game in the Rapid League. They got blown out by the Bulls. So that's a good start. Ezra Eagle. This is that Collier with the rebound.
I like them pushing the pace too. Tukaha Cooper is great in transition, shifty with the ball, and we know Helu likes getting the flow going for the Sharks as well.
Here is Tukaha Cooper, former Jet, former Tuatara player, now with the Sharks. Jacob Murphy got that guard on his left hand. Going with the black shoes today as well. That's a nice look. Let's throw back to the 90s. That look for Jacob Murphy. Found a bit of space off the Keeley screen, pulls the trigger. Another empty possession for Hawke's Bay.
He's the one you're going to want to watch, and you can't go under screens on him. He can absolutely get going from deep. And when he gets hot, he gets it on. Will Ledger inside.
Outside to Inga. Returning to the Sharks after a stint in the UK. Hilo with the cut and the left hand.
That was a great cut by him. Inga drew the attention of two Hawks players. Someone had to be open. Hilo moving well off the ball.
Eagle down low. Miscommunication, gets it back. Drops it off to Keeley. Gets fouled, does well. Got two defenders in the air just with the hesitation. And he'll head to the Chemist Warehouse stripe to shoot two.
Yeah, good patience inside by the big man. Let those Sharks players fly right by. Got himself to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line.
Harry Keeley at the line. All-Star 5 at the under-20s a few weeks ago. Hawke's Bay runners up to Canterbury juggernaut that just rolled over everybody. He's also joined by Ezra Eagle, his teammate in the All-Star 5. And pressure in the backcourt. Just get it over. And that shot is missed by Jack Ramage. And now they get it back through Inga, kicking it out. Here's Ramage. Collier with the rebound. Hawke's Bay with a stop. Couple of stops.
I like the hustle from Webster to get on the ground there. Murphy with the rejection.
Yeah, the crossover was nice. And that drops for Zorn Smiler getting a bucket. 19-year-old, second season with the Hawks. Getting some burn in Rapid League. Nice drop off. And Ramage fouled. Excellent play, Crystal.
Right, I like that pass from Hilo. He leads the Rapid League in assists per game. He gets 3 in this league. His eyes are always up. Such great vision. And Ramage doing a good job just slicing along that baseline behind the defense.
From the Eastern Southland region. To Menzies College in Wyndham. 19-year-old. This is it. But it will stay with Southland. Keeley couldn't control it.
Good hustle by the Sharks. Hate that as a coach off a free throw, giving them the ball back.
Hilo on the baseline. Nice work from Inga. Good hands though as Clifton Bush, the third, is in the game. He might have got a piece of that. And got a sub coming in. Keeley will sit. Ezra, so Dante Matakatia in the game rather, off the bench. Inga given a bit of air. Braden Inga averaging just under 10 a game since he's joined the team. Gets a bucket there. Dante Matakatia. Seen that.
Yeah, that was a quick shot from Matakatia inside. The Sharks not afraid to whip this ball around.
Quake Webster misses that. Oh, nice work from Braden Inga. Just using that physicality. But it will be Hawke's Bay ball. Just a little hip bump there. Nothing in it. Matakatia had some time at the Panthers until they were dismissed from the league. Now he's picked up some time back at the Hawks, which is good to see. Nice to see some of those New Zealand players get a burn. Jaden Geron getting some game time, and that's a long three. Last possession of the first quarter can be the Sharks if they hold it. And they can't. So it will be Hawke's Bay's last go. 6.7 to go in the first quarter.
You'll see what they can do here. 7 seconds on the clock. Smiler
needs to get it up. Gets in deep.
Did he get that off in time?
I believe so. 14-footer. And Zoran Smiler ends the first quarter with a bucket. Closes it up to 2 points after 1 quarter of basketball. The Sharks look pretty solid to begin with, and the Hawks, a pretty good unit. Tested their depth this afternoon. As you see Keelan Boone getting some shots up in between the quarter time break. Get your large cup pizza if you're looking for something to have for your matariki dinner. $29.99, that is a great deal. Use that QR code and the online code Sal's Cup 25. Arguably my favorite Sal's pizza, Crystal Ledger Walker.
Oh, I'll have to try it. I haven't had that one yet. I'll have to check it out.
It's a good deal, under 30 bucks. FIBA starter as well, 50 bucks a month for your first 12 months. Get it at skybroadband.co.nz or 09 525 5555 is the number to call.
Low scoring quarter for both of these teams. They'll want to keep it going. The Sharks are moving well off the ball to me. The Hawks right now just forcing it individually on that offensive end. So hopefully they can find their rhythm, get back into their sets, come up with some better looks.
Helu and Inga played every single second of that first quarter. So did Eagle and Smiler for the Hawks. Second quarter about to get underway. Will be Hawks ball. Takate looking for Clifton Bush the third. Nice. Still got that jump. He's come back from injury over the last season or two. There's Clifton Bush the third, and that's a good bucket for Hawke's Bay and ties it up.
He started this season so well. He was really exciting to watch, so good to see him finding his rhythm again. Great drop off inside. Can't finish though.
Better offense from what we've seen. That's not great defense from the Sharks, however, and Hawke's Bay make them pay.
No, that's just terrible communication from the Sharks. Didn't find a man in transition.
I think that was Ryder Moore from three. Anger, 2 hands in his face, sticks it. That's what Braden Anger can do. Adding that mid-range game, he's a threat from deep. And now it's Hawke's Bay with this lead after that 3. Looking to extend it. Eagle up high. Smiler spinning. Oh, there were just the slightest of angles there for Ezra Eagle. Just too strong. The turnover for Hawke's Bay.
Yeah, just too fast, but a great idea. Eagle was coming open on that base. Smiler doing a good job of getting things going for his Hawks squad.
43 offensive rebounds in the game for the Sharks, and a nice drop-off. It's Will Ledger.
Like that setup from Helu. Put it right on the money.
Eagle. It's taken away from Ezra Eagle. Johnny Helu strips him. Sharks have this lead back after the Will Ledger dunk. They can extend it. Oh, that's a nice move. Anger, put it on the floor, too strong. Could make a case he could have pulled the trigger on the 3 there. Looked in rhythm. Clifton Bush the third, crossing up. Stepping through, right hand, can't get the home roll.
I was about to say, okay then, Clifton Bush. Got on that little fake. Good move inside.
Clifton Bush the third will go to the line. Hawke's Bay already 2 for 2 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Make it 3 for 3. Hawke's Bay back with the lead.
See Hawke's Bay in this 2-3 zone.
Ramage. Right hand finish. Another and one opportunity for Jack Ramage, a 19-year-old, getting to the Chemist Warehouse line himself.
That's just a beautiful drive, great long strides on that layup, got around the defense. Beautiful work inside by Ramage.
Knocks it down, Southland's lead is 2 again. Oh, Smiler. Jacob Murphy back in the game. Smiler. Cartier attacking defense of Ramage, and who was called for the foul. I wonder if the Hawke's Bay Rodney Green Arenas DJ playlist is on Spotify. It's always going.
No, some of these DJs at these games are on. One of my favorites is the Bulls. They always have a vibe going on over there.
It's always an atmosphere in Manawatu as well for the Jets. Takar Cooper, Ramage with his feet set. Collier with the board though, another offensive rebound for Southland. And that one is going to be another opportunity if they can get it. They can't, it's Murphy. Up ahead to Clifton Bush the third. No one on the back line. And he's fouled.
The aggressor is being rewarded by the refs right now. And the Hawks know it, they're driving hard. They're getting into the shoulders or the hips of these Sharks players.
Second one is good. Under a minute to go in this first half. Both teams do have their BNZ player timeouts available to them. No coach timeouts in Sky Broadband Rapid League. Players control the proceedings, which is a great initiative with some of these younger players getting a taste of Sal's NBL via the Sky Broadband Rapid League. A chance to prove themselves, like Johnny Helu, who's a proven performer at this level, and he knocks that down. With Jacob Murphy with the switch. Collier, the big man, on him. And then a flatten out, spread out as Murphy attacks. Right hand, and he's fouled. Good, strong move from Jacob Murphy with the little floater at the end.
He got that switch, he knew he had him, backed him up, got the space to get himself downhill. Smart move by Jacob Murphy. A lot of players will just try to take the big off the spot and not get that separation to get themselves going downhill. So like that from Jacob Murphy.
Hawke's Bay close to 2 via the foul shot from Jacob Murphy. Southland have the last shot. Collier driving on the baseline, kicking it out. Corner ball, in and out. Call your timeout. Yes, Dante. You can't have heard me, but good presence from Dante Matakatia to call a little bit of time here and advance the ball and get a decent look with 1.3.
Man, the Sharks are absolutely cold from the three-point line right now. 0 from 6 from deep. The Hawks doing a great job sitting in that zone and forcing them to take those shots.
So Hawke's Bay will advance the ball after their BNZ player timeout. Hawke's Bay averaging 30% from 3. Southland Sharks are just a 28% Rapid League team from 3, so you can understand where that percentage comes from this game. Murphy, they put more time back on the clock, and he left it short to the left, and that will be half time. And it's going to be a 17-15 advantage to the visitors in their first of 2 games this round. It's on your Matariki Friday, and then head to the 09 to play the Tuatara on Sunday afternoon. And here are your stats presented by the official stats partner of the NZNBL, the Chemist Warehouse.
Clifton Bush, the third, dominating inside. 5 points for him. Smiler, good to see him back in this squad. 4 points for him, leading the way, controlling things for his team. Ramage doing damage inside. 5 points for him. Helu with 3 assists. He is a floor general, has the vision to get his team in the right spaces. Collier doing it all inside. 4 rebounds. Murphy and Matakatia 3 apiece for the Hawks side, and Will Ledger with 2 for the Sharks, and 1 steal for Helu. And no blocks just yet, but we might see some in the second half. Stay tuned, because all those stats will change.
Yeah, 4 offensive rebounds for Southland. Webster's got 1. Hayden Collier has been good on the glass with those 4 rebounds. 2 of them in the offensive rebounds. And for Hawke's Bay, no offensive rebounds just yet. Not great shooting from 3 for the Hawke's Bay Hawks either. They're just 1 for 5. They're 4 for 10 overall from the floor. Whereas the Southland Sharks, 8 of 19. Just those offensive rebounds. 9 more shot attempts.
Yeah, I mean, I like the way the Sharks are sharing the ball. There's a lot more people getting involved. Last time these two teams played, only 3 people scored for the Sharks. Tukaha Cooper also took over half of their shots, taking 13 out of 24 shots. He had 15 points the last time they played. So good to see a more balanced and even scoring load coming from the Sharks side.
Tukaha Cooper and Dante Matakatia sharing a moment. And here we go. Southland will start us for the second half. Two teams who do a good job of stopping other teams scoring percentage-wise. As Helu with the moves down low. Dream shake.
I like that. Got his jumper early. Murphy, though, down the lane.
And 1.
He is tough to stop. Good to see him get going. He only had 1 in that first half, so gets himself up to 3 points on the game.
He's a prime example of how rapidly works for players. Jacob Murphy just improving each season, each game. See the physicality of his game as well has improved across the seasons for Jacob Murphy. Makes the shot, closes the lead to 1. Tukaha Cooper, good rebound from Matakatia. Here is Murphy, the 23-year-old, dropping it off for Ezra Eagle, who couldn't corral it. And in transition is Tukaha Cooper. Good ball movement. Helu with a clean look. And again, Hawke's Bay survive a stop.
Helu has come out more aggressive in this second half. Quite often settling for the pass, but looks to get himself going. Murphy, what can he do?
Smiler with a burst of energy, blocked by Collier.
Said, no, you don't bump my teammate off like that.
Ramage tried to put it up for Collier on the break. One-handed pass up ahead from Murphy. Matakatia, and he's fouled by Quake Webster.
Decent job by Webster to try and get back, draw that contact, but just not set in time.
This is the first of Dante Matakatia. And misses the second. Enga's three is off. Another offensive rebound, and guess who it is? It's Hayden Collier again.
The Sharks just doing a good job of keeping that ball alive. Up to 6 offensive rebounds in this game now.
Collier has 3 of them. Enga on the wing. Tried to find the cutter. Tough pass to Thread. Here's Clifton Bush the third. Jacob Murphy upstairs. Nice look.
Spoke about that physicality. He also has the hops to go with it. Good look, good transition from the Hawks.
Hawks take the lead. Tough drive from Ramage. Collier again in the middle of it. That three is rebounded by Murphy. Again, a one-handed pass. Dropping it off for Clifton Bush. Challenging Collier. And he goes down, and everybody is hopefully okay. Clifton Bush the third. Might just take a moment. A scary moment there.
He just plays so hard, consistently puts his body on the line. A little bit of a hospital pass from Murphy on that one.
Enga rewarding Collier with the feed in good position. Too big is Hayden Collier.
How good has he been inside throughout this Rapid League game? Taking it right at Keeley.
Murphy, a rare offensive rebound for the Hawks. Collier wants to go again. What do the Hawks do? Nice find. Enga for three. In and out. Under a minute to go in this third quarter. This game is evenly poised. Clifton Bush the third. Taking matters into his own hands, and he is fouled. Not bad defense from Collier and Enga. Right to the end. And then they foul.
Yeah, pretty good challenge by them both, but Clifton Bush, we know he has the hops. He has that hang time to get his shot off over the two big bodies.
That's the first. Hawke's Bay have no problems getting to the line. At 8 of 12, at 9 of 13.
By the way this game is going, free throws are going to matter. Only 1 point in it right now.
3-pointers going to matter as well. Southland are none for 10. And Enga, mid-range game on point. Beautiful.
Off 1 foot. Very nice spin.
The Cartier. 2 for 6 now are the Hawks. And they take the lead through that three.
Just too easy for him. His feet were set in rhythm.
5 to go in the third. Enga, long two. Clifton Bush looking up. And now, is that the end of the quarter, or did Clifton Bush get fouled? He will head to the third quarter time break. And the Hawke's Bay Hawks have a 2-point lead, 25-23. It's pretty much on par scoring-wise. But we've got a close game at Rodney Green Arenas. Sam Timmins, Josiah Alec, who's taken over the MVP voting each game by the coaches, designated the player votes, and Alec is now atop the MVP voting, which is a great effort. It's Tay Hardy and the Bulls hopefully look to arrest their slide. They've got the Airs this round at home at the Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre tomorrow. We'll be on the call for that one, Crystal Ledger-Walker. And how do you see that one going? That's a fascinating matchup.
I mean, the Bulls are so desperate right now. They're at home. We know their crowd gets up for them. So it's going to be a tough game because the Airs, they're in third place. They're tough. Carlin Davidson is hard to stop. With the likes of Fletcher, Mola inside, it's going to be a hard ask for the Bulls, but I absolutely believe they can get it done. Hopefully they can come together and get it over the line because they're right in it in a lot of the losses that they've had lately.
Taranaki Airs, a win would help them cement that third spot. The Jets currently in fourth on the South's NBL ladder at 8-7. Taranaki are 10-7. So many permutations to go in these last couple of rounds.
And these rapid league games, these rapid league points are really going to matter down the stretch as well. Murphy still can't get it to go from deep.
Another missed three in the game. Jacob Murphy now 0 for 4 from deep. Almost a steal. In fact, it is. Great turnover by the Hawks. Ezra Eagle. Cartier driving with the runner. Pretty. Lead is 4.
You had to respect him on that three-point shot fake. He just hit one from the wing. But beautiful decision to take that floater.
Helu operating with Collier, stepping back. Front of the rim. With the Cartier. Southland get back. Murphy. Southland get the stop. They need a bucket. Quake Webster. Back to Helu. Inside to Inga. 3 Hawks around him. Tipped away by Smiler. Great presence from Zoran Smiler. Webster gambles. Eagle probably could have taken it himself into the chest of Collier, but we're going the other way. Nice play between Inga and Quake Webster. Murphy almost got a piece of that pass to break it up.
Murphy absolutely got up for that. Just fell short.
Dante Matakatia pulling the trigger on that one. We didn't quite need that shot. But we're going back and Southland can take the lead here with a 3 or an and 1. It's Collier. Back at Keeley, likes that matchup. Hayden Collier did everything right except the finish, and he knows it.
Yeah, he's disappointed. That was a beautiful move and beautiful split to get past Murphy. Clifton Bush, the third, back in the game. Jacob Murphy will take a seat. It's interesting that Tukaha Cooper and Ramage are still on the bench for the Sharks because we know they can score and they need some scorers in this last minute 30.
That they do. It is a low-scoring game. These two teams don't put a lot of points up in the Rapid League. And with a minute 30 to go, 27-25. Southland need a stop here. Clifton Bush, the third, says, no way are you getting a stop through me. And then his athleticism gets a nice finish for the Hawks. Back to Collier. Oh, nice pass to Will Ledger. Inga. Left it short, gets his own rebound. Southland have gone cold here. Hawke's Bay can start to put this game away as we wind down to under a minute to go. Smiler. Keeley comes up high. Eagle has it blocked by Will Ledger. Go, Crystal.
I want to do it.
Go, do it.
I do it. No, I can't do it like that. I'm just praying that they can get some points back on the board, because 52 seconds is not long.
Napier, 3 is off. Collier with another board. That's his 7th in the game. Southland need a bucket. Here's your man. It's Braden Inga. He'll head to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. That's good. Stops the clock. Gives you an opportunity to get 2 points. And cut this Hawke's Bay lead 2-2.
Brandon Inga has been doing it all this last quarter. You can tell they want to play through him. Hopefully he can come up big for them here. This Chemist Warehouse free throw line.
He averages 10, does Braden Inga, in this Rapid League since he's returned from the UK. Makes this one here. He'll have 8 in the game. Crucial foul shot from the Chemist Warehouse stripe, and it's good. Now Southland need a stop. Can the home team get a bucket and make life uncomfortable? Both teams have their BNZ player timeouts available for this half. Smiler operating with Keeley to his left. Eagle driving, puts it up. Telu calling the BNZ player timeout. What does Southland have here? Interesting as well, because they go up into the front court. It's a 14-second shot clock, Crystal, and they have 17.6 on the game clock. Get you a ticket to the big game by using that QR code. Time is running out, people. For your chance to win tickets to the season's games, use that QR code, all thanks to BNZ and the player timeout.
Yeah, it's a really interesting call to advance this. The Hawks will have at least 3 seconds on the clock if the Sharks use all 14 of their shot clock. Big play for the Sharks coming up. They need a score.
Will we have overtime in Rapid League? It's only a minute. Craig Webster. Helu, 7 on the shot clock. Collier down low. It's Ledger in the corner. Gives them the lead, Crystal Ledger Walker. Your cousin from the corner is good.
Oh, Johnny Helu did not pull up well after that. But what a shot from Will Ledger. Good ball movement. Feet was set. Great look. And was it the first 3 of the game for the Sharks? I think it was.
Yep, they're 1 for 12. Johnny Helu. And I hope it's not too serious for Johnny Helu. I didn't see if he landed on anyone's foot. He is in some discomfort here. Maybe it's cramp. They've given him the stick, the roller.
Yeah, I hope it's just a cramp.
Here we go though, Crystal.
The Hawks, one of the best sideline out of bounds teams in the league.
Here we go. It's Clifton Bush the third. 2 seconds. Clifton hanging. Can't get it to go down. And that is game. Southland hang on for just their 3rd win in Rapid League this season. Hold on. Do we have a game called? Yeah, Clifton Bush is shaking his head. He thought he might have been fouled. That is it. Southland get the win. What an exciting game that was. 30-29. Will Ledger, the hero from the corner, knocking down a corner 3. And Southland get the win.
Clifton Bush the third, 9 points. He did it all for his team. He did everything he could. They fell just short. Murphy had 6. Then moving on to assists, Helu had 3, Inga with 2. Collier absolutely dominated inside. 10 rebounds in a Rapid League game is very, very impressive. Steals all over the place. Collier with 2 blocks. Will Ledger with my favorite one. Read it like a book down one end, hit the 3 on the other end. Got the win, the 3rd win for the Sharks. Their team will appreciate that one.
Well, that is us for the Sky Broadband Rapid League. We'll be back in about 20 minutes for the main game. Until then, enjoy your break. Kia ora te whānau and happy Matariki Day to you. This your Friday round 14 matchup in the NZNBL. The Hawke's Bay Hawks from Rodney Green Arenas in Napier hosting the Southland Sharks in what is one of many key matchups across this round of basketball in the NZNBL. Round 14, Josiah Alec, leading MVP candidate at the moment in the standings. Andrew Mulligan, Crystal Ledger Walker rather, on hand for this one. And Crystal, this is do or die for the Hawks, and it's a must-win game for the Southland Sharks.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough battle out here today. I mean, both squads are going to get up for this one. The Hawks looking a little bit different than they did last time without Cowart, and now miss him because the Sharks absolutely dominated inside with Sam Timmins, who had 30 points the last time these two teams met.
Yeah, Darnell Cowart, the import, suffered an injury, subsequently released by the Hawks. They bring in Brandon Alston as well, a perimeter player. And this is the standings. Look at the Sharks there, 8-8. Had a good win over the Bulls at home last round. And they are in the box seat with the Tuatara, who play Southland on Sunday. Huge game in the context of that. Both chasing the Jets, arguably chasing the Airs as well. The Phi, Bulls and Hawks and the Giants all on the outside looking in, all with a chance of making the top 6 playoff spots. It's just a couple of rounds to go after this one. Look at this, Bulls Airs, huge game. Saints Phi, huge game for the Phi. Tuatara Sharks, Jets, huge game. Host the defending champions, the reigning champs. That's a real gut check moment, reality check for the Jets at Fly Palmy Arena. And the Tuatara and the Sharks will go at it on Sunday. This is the starting 5 for the Sharks. Asbury, Boone and Alec are the imports. Timmins back from Japan, the big man in the middle. And Zoe Burton, a special game for him, seeing his dad Willie Burton honoured at half-time with having his number 14 retired in a ceremony. One of the all-time greats of the NBL, Willie Burton, and Alonzo Burton in the building to witness that. It's a great moment for the family. And hopefully it'll be a big game for Keelan Boone, plagued by foul trouble against the Bulls. He'll be looking to have a strong game. He averages just under 22 points a game, and he spoke with us before we went to air.
All right, I'm here with the Sharks, Keelan Boone. Hey, Keelan, big game tonight, you know, both teams. What's been the mindset and the preparation to try to get this win in the Hawks' nest tonight?
It's a big win. They're a great team. A lot of focus is not just on Greta, but just the whole team. They're a great team as a unit. Even when they have guys down, they always find a way to step up. So just continue to our habits, just getting back, building our wall. They're great at penetration, and they're great at getting to the free throw line. So if we can just control that, it'll be a good game for us, we believe.
Awesome. Hey, how do you find the league? First year in the league this year, you know, what's been the toughest and maybe some of the easiest parts of it?
Okay, non-basketball-wise, the toughest thing to get used to is the weather here, because that helps out with the teams, because you go into a situation, a good atmosphere where it's cold over there. Now you're in their gym, you got to get accommodated. But just like league-wise, it's a great league. I wouldn't say there's any bad teams. Everybody, they're making their way, they're trying to find their footing, and it's a great league. I mean, I'm new here, so I'm just taking it all at once, man. I'm just living in the moment. It's fun, though. Everybody's great teams, great coaches. It's a great all-around league in general.
Awesome. Hey, I appreciate your time, Keelan. Good luck for that.
Keelan Boone from Tulsa, Oklahoma. His first season as a professional as well. He last played for the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, the Running Rebels, UNLV. And he's run all the way to Invercargill. The weather, he's got to get used to that. Starting 5. And Campbell Scott was not going to start. He was going to come off the bench, was Campbell Scott. But he gets the start for the Hawks. He's been plagued by injury a little bit, and he'll join Swakalo Bullock, Dan Greta, who has been phenomenal again in the NZNBL. This time for the Hawks, Lukey Yates, great on the glass, and Brandon Alston, he's come in late, and he's finding his feet for Hawke's Bay. Sam Gruggan, he knows how important this game is. Every game is important at this point of the season. He also joined us before we went to air as well.
All right, Coach Sam here with the Big Barrel Hawks. Coach, tonight, it's been a roller coaster season, pretty much up and down. Some wins in a row, some losses, some injuries, a change of players, national team duties for some here and there. But what do you need to do? What is the bright side of all of that? You got any bright side?
Yeah, I mean, firstly, want to give a shout out to Willie Burton, getting his number retired tonight. He's been a great player for the Hawks over the last 20 years, maybe. So really privileged to have him and proud to have him part of the club. For us, I mean, when I came in last year, was just building the youth and developing the youth of Hawke's Bay and giving them the experience that they deserve. And I felt like we've done that. Obviously, there's been some hiccups along the way, but we're building towards a championship. And Canterbury Rams didn't do that in a year. They built towards that as well. We want to try to replicate that system.
Awesome, Coach. Also, Coach, historically now, the Hawks have had the Sharks number a little bit, especially in the last couple of years. What do you think what the team has to do tonight to keep the Sharks contained in the Hawks' nest?
Firstly, rebound. I mean, they're a big group. I mean, they're a little bit bigger than the Airs, I think, across the board. So just box out, rebound as a collective, slow them down in transition, limit our turnovers. But for us, it's, I mean, like I said, just continue the growth of the young players coming through. A little bit more goes on the shoulders of Wani and Greeter, and then obviously Brandon without Jackson. But I mean, it's a big task tonight. Southland playing some great basketball. They're well coached, so it'll be a good, exciting match.
Awesome, Coach. Hey, appreciate your time.
Sam Gruggan, always good with his time. And Crystal, this is how it looks thanks to the Chemist Warehouse, the official stats partner of the NZNBL.
Yeah, I mean, you look at those last 5 games, 2 different stories there. So 2 teams coming into tonight wanting to get some W's in that column. And pretty even free throws and 3-pointers. But that key matchup to watch is going to be really exciting. Dan Greeter and Keelan Boone, both within that top 20 top scorers in this league. So exciting to watch there.
Absolutely. Now, Sam Gruggan mentioned it. Willie Burton, father of Zoe for the Southland Sharks. Willie Burton, a Hawke's Bay legend at 43. They won their first title, and Alonzo Burton spoke to us pre-game about this special moment.
All right, I'm here with the Sharks, Alonzo Burton. So, you guys have been on a bit of a hot streak, lately. What's been the key to the team's recent good form, as you say?
I think we've had a couple of pieces come in a little bit later, so obviously when that happens, there's a bit of teething with chemistry and stuff, but I think we've really found our straps and we're starting to gel really nicely. So another good test for us on the road here against the Hawks, so we're really looking forward to it.
Awesome. Hey, sort of a special night also for yourself. Well, your dad, Willie, legend of the game. We're retiring his jersey here in Hawke's Bay tonight. How did that make you feel, and any special words you want to send out to your dad?
Oh, I mean, it's very special for me. Big shout out to JK and the Hawks organisation for organising this when we're down, up, sorry. But yeah, it's a very honourable thing to have done, get your jersey retired, and you see me when I was younger, I was around the team and stuff like that, so I know the work that Dad's put in, I know the countless hours, the sweat, blood, the tears, the love, all of that. So for him to get his jersey retired, it's a special moment, and I'm so happy and proud of him, as a son. But yeah,
And we're just about ready to get this game tipped off. Nice thoughts there from Zoe Burton. More on Willie Burton, his dad, at half-time as they retire his number 14. There will be Lukey Yates and Sam Timmins to get us underway. Match officials, Sasha Nicholson, Sam McFadden, Daniel Hart, the barter card referees. And it will be Caleb Asprey and the Southland Sharks. Both teams without a true point guard in this game. Crystal, how do you think that works for both these teams?
I mean, not a true point guard, but 2 point guards that can get things done and find ways to score. Good look from the Sharks. Once again, getting it done inside, something that the Hawks are going to want to pay attention to as this game goes on.
Timmins on the glass, the big man is Dan Greeter. Now it's going to be Swakalo Bullock. Showing on the double is Boone. Driving hard is Alston. He gets his own rebound. Scott From 3, knocks that down. Campbell Scott averaging 10 a game. And he is a sniper from deep. You've got to keep him on lock from the perimeter.
You absolutely do. Shoots it at 34% from outside. Keelan Boone also very good. And that little tip from Alec to Timmins, 2 big bodies that work very well together for the Sharks.
They're a long team, the Hawks. They're not a particularly big team. But Lukey Yates and Swakalo Bullock, who have great length, but it's going to be hard to keep the size of Timmins and the energy of Alec. He is an energizer bunny. As Boone got Lukey Yates on the cut. And Lukey Yates will head to the line.
That's a beautiful pass and great setup by the Hawks. Cleared that entire left side out for them to work that pick and roll. Yates came wide open.
Yeah, Lukey Yates, born in Christchurch, grew up in Townsville in Australia. And he makes the first. There's Lukey Yates. Great on the glass since Cowart left. He's averaging 10.8 as he misses the second. 64% foul shooter, but Dan Greeder can't get it over the top of Timmins, but he gets his own rebound, has it slapped away, and Alec has it. Boone now. Boone's fouled. Early fouls. Campbell Scott, see that left shoulder taped up. He wasn't meant to start the game. He's been elevated today into the starting 5 from yesterday when we saw the paperwork. It's a good sign for the Hawks to have Campbell Scott ready to start. Timmins underneath and deep.
He's so good at working different angles off the glass inside. Opts for the reverse on that one.
Here is Campbell Scott again, spinning. Greeder with his feet set. Alec on the closeout. Swakalo Bullock with the offensive glass. Scott for another 3. Alec, big board.
Those two right there with the headbands and the long hair. 2 of the hardest workers in this league. Greeder and Alec. Look at them once again, just going after it.
Plenty of rebounds on offer at the moment. In the corner is Yates, Greeder. Matched up by Alonzo Burden. Alston kicking it out. Scott from the other corner. Yates and Alec battling for that rebound. Josiah Alec from San Antonio, Texas. I believe it's his rookie season as well as a professional. 6'8", 24 years old, leading the league in MVP votes as allocated by the coaches after every game. It's a great representation for a regular season. As Timmins gets to work with a little fall away in the key. Tell you what, if Sam Timmins is going to start hitting that, you're in all sorts of trouble.
You really are. As a coach, you'd think that's the shot you'd want him to take. As an opposition coach, I should say.
Alston tied up. Great, falls to him. The ball's just falling to the Hawks at the moment. And then Dan Greeder knocks down that 3. That's his first bucket. Sharks lead is 8. And then a foul. Here is the Greeder 3. Dan Greeder, just great season, 25 points, just under 9 rebounds, 2.5 assists, gets over a steal and over a block a game. 58% from the floor he's shooting, so 36% from 3, so he's shooting 58%, and he's a sub 40% three-point shooter.
That is a lot of numbers, Miles.
I know, I'm sorry, but it's quite impressive.
It really is. He's showing us why he leads the league in scoring.
Do you like its advanced stats as a player as Timmins goes to that shoulder? Because his effective field goal percentage, another nice move from Sam Timmins, he's looking good to start. His effective field goal percentage is 63%. His true shooting percentage, Greeder, is 67%. those numbers suggest that they have different weightings. Again, it's Greeter. Different weightings for different ways of the shooting percentages, but those are elite for a, you would argue, a more perimeter player, as he goes and proves me wrong, and just with the footwork and the and one opportunity.
Right, he's like, keep telling me, Miles, give me some more numbers, back me up, hype me up. Just gets it done in all different types of ways.
72% from the Chemist Warehouse line, Crystal. Dan
Tell me
Greeter,
more.
the Illawarra Hawk, 2 ACL injuries, can't convert. Dan Greeter, he has fought back numerous times.
See the Hawks trying to junk it up with the little zone.
Sam Timmins, it's been great to start this game. Asbury, Alec on the glass. Takaha Cooper in the game, misses that 3. Okay, so is Braden Inga. And Greeter with the left hand. Lukey Yates can't get it. And it will be Hawke's Bay ball as Asbury almost saved it.
And that is where Greeter thrives, in offensive transition, getting himself downhill. Sharks got to do a better job of building a wall when he is coming down.
Keelan Boom will sit for the Sharks. He's got 2 fouls already. This is what happened against the Bulls. He suffered foul trouble. Really, it didn't affect the Sharks eventually, but it's not ideal for Jonathan Yim. Swakalo Bullock. His footwork, but just a little strong. So that's why Inga and Takar Cooper out there as Burton and Boone sit. Alec in deep, left hand is good.
Great fundamentals from Alec just there. Good seal, good body positioning. Gets that shoulder into the defense. Easy finish.
Sal's NBL website, go to nznbl.basketball. You can play the ladder predictor game. If you think you can know what the margin and who's going to win, you can decide how you think the ladder will play out over these last couple of rounds after this one. Swakalo Bullock looking frustrated. We've had a bit of a tutu today. And I had the Sharks winning this game. Anything can happen. Hawks at home. No Jackson Ball. He's out with New Zealand duties. No Kahu Treacher the same. No Kobe Carter off the bench as well. That's huge. He's a great rotation player for Sam Gruggan. So they're down the youngsters, are the Hawks, as Clifton Bush the third into the game and shut down by the Sharks. Alec in deep, strong finish. Josiah Alec rather, and 4 points for him and a timeout for Hawke's Bay. The Sharks with a strong 5-point lead, Crystal.
Yeah, that was just too much of an easy look for Alec. Campbell Scott had him inside. Josiah Alec said, throw it up. I've got the mismatch. Mouse in the house. Makes no mistake. Make no mistake in ordering that large cupped pepperoni pizza. Only $30.
That's one of the great segues. You've been working with Casey Frank. You've been listening to Casey Frank segues?
Sorry.
Just elite.
Thank you, Miles. I'll take it. I'll
Yeah,
take it.
that. That's great. Yeah, get your large cup pizza. Use that QR code, online code, Sales Cup 25, valid until Tuesday. So you've got a few days to score yourself this on a long weekend in Aotearoa. Matariki Day today. Celebrating the Māori Lunar Year. And welcome to all our viewers overseas as well via ESPN and on the FIBA YouTube channel. This one on Sky Open, free to air. Matariki Day, it's fantastic. Also on TikTok as well. So in between quarters and halves, you can expect us to work in some of the chat from those viewers on TikTok. Go to the Sky Sport TikTok account. Click on the live tab and you're under the mesmerizing pictures of the Sal's NBL. You're good to go. Just like Clifton Bush III and the Hawke's Bay Hawks are. Down 5. Scott with the ball. Swakalo bullet. Using the Yates screen. They go under. Inga pulls down the board. Inside to Alec, and they double him instantly. Might have to do the same for Sam Timmins. Great find. Just over the top of the defense, Sam Timmins finds Braden Inga, who knocks it down.
And that is the first point that they've scored outside. 14 of their points have come from Timmins and Alec in the paint. Inga had a really impressive rapid league game. His shot was looking good in that one.
Clifton Bush the third finds the cutting Swakalo bullet, who did a really good job of just hesitating as he cut. Well, he waited for Clifton Bush the third to find him.
Yeah, and good read, because Tukaha Cooper looked at the ball for a split second. He was gone.
Anger again from the other side. And a foul underneath. Is it going to be on Campbell Scott? I think it is. I think Southland Sharks might be down a player as well. Tony Helu, he looked to pull up lame in that rapid league game. He doesn't look to be on the bench as well for Jonathan Yim and the Southland Sharks. That's not ideal. It looked like he had a leg injury, limped off in the rapid league game, so we hope he's okay. That's for sure. He's in his tracksuit at the end of the bench there. Between Ramage and Alec, you can see him there. Unless my eyes deceive me, as Asprey knocks down the corner three.
That is just too easy for the Sharks. Timmins, so tall, can see over that line of defense, find his shooters waiting out in the wings.
Greeter up high. It's Campbell Scott. Excuse me, it's Jacob Murphy, who was slated to start. Late change by the Hawks, and Yates. I think Jacob Murphy's changed his sneakers. Has he got rapid league sneakers, and then has he got NZNBL sneakers? I think he has.
Put on the highlighters, you can't miss him.
I think a lot of highlighters died for those shoes. They were sacrificed. Show on a double, but it's Timmins with the face-up. Now goes to work with the pivot foot. Nice defense. Nice work from Timmins, but left it a little bit strong. And it will be Hawke's Bay ball eventually. Braden Inga hustling on that offensive rebound. We're currently enjoying +4 rebound advantage of the Sharks. Alston, let's see what he can do. Brandon Alston rather. He's come in and he's averaging around about 14.5 points a game. I need a little bit more out of him as Lukey Yates gets tied up. Sam Timmins just too big as Tukaha Cooper. Blocked by Clifton Bush the third. Met him upstairs and swats it.
You could see he was lining that one up, took his time. Clifton Bush has the bounce.
Sam Timmins just held his ground. Like Boogie Cousins just holding his ground on the post up by Cat. And pokes it out of bounds. He'll take a seat. He gets a well-earned break. Nice little cameo to start the game. 10 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist for Sam Timmins. Jonathan Yim will be happy with that. Jonathan Yim, thoughts on his sweater game? I think it's elite.
Oh, absolutely. Best dressed coach in the league. Alston looking to get himself going.
Here's Cooper. Right hand finish, tough. Ezra Eagle, who's in the game, fouls him. Tukaha Cooper. Spent a couple of seasons with the Manawatu Jets. Last year he was with Auckland Tuatara. Went to the grand final against the Canterbury Rams. Tukaha Cooper at the Chemist Warehouse line. Now just a note, on this, his right shoulder, you see the stripe there, KB. That's to honour Kevin Braswell, former Sharks coach. Kevin Braswell sadly passed away earlier this year. And it's great to see them honouring the memory of Kevin Braswell, the Southland Sharks. Also, teams have won a championship get the gold stripe on the singlet as well. No, that's back over. I think he bounced it back over. Swakalo bullet. Man, he just made it into the front court, but that's a turnover. Good pressure at half court by the Sharks.
Yeah, perfect place to trap right there, just over that half court line. Good work by the Sharks. Rita won't be happy about that turnover.
4th turnover by the Hawks. And great defense from the Hawks on Alec.
Rita's one of the best at getting himself downhill, so I'm glad he knows how to defend it. We saw it just then, putting his body right in front of Alec.
Big game for the Sharks. They're 8-8 on the season. I started to look at points percentage as well. Points for and against the points percentage. They're 93%. So they need to win. They need to start winning, and hopefully their Rapid League team, who've only won 3 games, they won earlier today. Because if teams are going to come for you and you can't get dubs, you've got to hope your points percentage is in your favour. And at the moment, neither of these two teams have particularly strong points percentages. It winds down now to under 3 seconds for the Hawks. That 3 contested is off, and it's going to be the Sharks coming the other way. Alec with position on Eagle. Oh, too strong, Josiah Alec.
Just runs the floor so well and gets great positioning. No help side was set. Easy pass for the Sharks.
Alston crossing up to Carr Cooper. Alston, that's just great Sharks defense.
Yeah, Tukaha Cooper is doing a great job on Alston right now, making it really difficult for him to find any space.
He's played in Georgia, Estonia, Finland, Czech Republic, Germany and Romania. Struggling to find his feet here for the Hawks consistently, especially in this game right now. It's a 9-point Sharks lead with 20.2 to go in this first quarter. Asprey is happy to walk it up here. Shot clock is off. Asprey then gives it to Zoe Burden, gets it back. And then knocks down the 3.
Oh, and that does not look good under the basket.
No, it does not. You're right. Big 3, but all the action happened underneath between the Hawks players. Hopefully Clifton Bush the third is okay. I think Greta fell into him and does look like it's going to be okay. The Sharks, though, they are looking okay, more than okay. They lead by 12, 25-13 at Rodney Green Arenas, Napier. What's up, TikTok? How are you? We're live on the Sky Sport TikTok channel. Big first quarter from the Southland Sharks, Crystal Ledger-Walker, and you can leave a comment. We'll be looking at your comments and ask any questions. And always people asking, can we stream the league as well? That would be choice. Sorry to say, we don't stream the league, the NRL. Not the association.
Come on, people. Basketball's where it's at.
And you can leave your comments for us. What do you like about that first quarter for our TikTok audience?
Oh man, if you are just tuning in and you missed it, you need to know that the Sharks are absolutely killing it inside. Sam Timmins up to 10 points. Alec has 6. The Hawks just don't have an answer for either of them right now. They've tried to double, they've tried to mix things up with a zone, but nothing has worked. We'll see what they can do moving forward.
Absolutely. Leave a comment. We'll be here during the game breaks and halftime as well. And that's on the Sky Sport NZ TikTok account. Big first quarter for the visitors, the Sharks, up 25-13. And they're shooting 57% from the floor. They've got a +3 rebound advantage, the same margin on the assists. 7 assists on 11 field goals Jonathan Yim has a settled roster, even though Keelan Boone once again had to sit early with 2 fouls like he did last game against the Bulls. But Southland Sharks look good, Crystal Ledger-Walker.
They really do. The length, the size inside has become a major factor in this ball game. And look at that length of Asprey's arms. Getting a steal, might have just kicked it. So the Hawks will get it back. They got lucky there. Good defense by Asprey up until that point.
Caleb Asprey is a ball hawk. He is one of the better players in the league when it comes to steals. But it does stay with Hawke's Bay. There's Clifton Bush the third, Swakala Bullock hedging in the key. And then we got a travel, and Clifton Bush, he just saw an orange wall there, I believe. And just shuffled a little bit as well.
Yeah, this Sharks defense is keyed in on the Hawks right now, moving very well off the ball.
Just to know on Asprey, he averages 2.2 steals a game. Good defense by the Hawks. 2 players down. Alston overhead to Swakala Bullock. And he's fouled. And so he'll head to the Chemist Warehouse line.
That's a good look by the Hawks. They're not getting much in their sets. So if they can go early in transition, start getting some calls going their way, the tides could change.
They're not shooting particularly well from the floor, our Hawke's Bay, just 29%. They're 5 of 17. 1 of 4 from the line, from the Chemist Warehouse line. Swakala Bullock looking for point number 3 here. So much confidence by the Hawks, they didn't bother to line up for the offensive rebound opportunity if there was one. They're looking to get back and get matched up. Asprey. Anger. Timmins coming up high. Now Boone back in the game. Keelan Boone knocking that down like he hadn't sat for about 8 minutes.
He's just such a good shooter and has such a long wingspan. Can get it up over pretty much anyone in this league.
24-year-old shooting really well from 3, 43%, and that's tough from Swakala Bullock. They need a big game out of him there to win this one. Burton, this is that. They need a big game of Alston as well, and here's Dan Greeder. They're always getting big games out of the Australian. Mickey Yates. Greeder. Short-handed are Sam Gruggan and the Hawks today. Doesn't have Jackson Ball. Kahu Treach is not there. Kobe Carter is injured. First 2 names on national duties, age group wise, is we've got a 3-ball in the corner. And now it's getting a little bit messy for the Hawks here. They need buckets. Oh, and that helps. Caleb Asprey delivers for Alston there, knocks him down on the 3.
That's tough. Great answer by the Hawks. Look at that little step back. That closeout just too close by Asprey. Good shot by Alston. Can he make it a 4-point play?
Brandon Alston at the line. Makes it 4-point play, opportunity converted. That helps. Alec. Those shorts rolled up high on the waistband. Timmins, just a touch strong, but it's Keelan Boone who's stepped out as he tipped that. They did indicate that it was that way, but I believe it's... Yeah, he's just acknowledging that his baddie meant it to be for the Hawke's Bay Hawks.
But that's another good thing of having Boone back out there on the floor, is that length, that size. He gets almost 8 rebounds a game. Luka Yates, good patience. get Sam Timmins up in the air.
Yeah, you think about that. That's great work. But Timmins has come in, he's averaging 8 rebounds. You've got Josiah Ellicott averaging over 10. And then you've got Boone, a perimeter player, you would argue. Can drive and play hard, but that's 8 rebounds as well for them as down goes Greeter. Greeter.
Just look at the Sharks defense though, a lot of attention towards Greeter. 2 players on him. And Asprey just gave him a little stink eye as he got up from taking that charge.
Sharks, well, they're first in assist percentage in the league at 65%. 9 assists so far in this game on 13 field goals. And their rebound advantage is pretty good as well. They average 10 offensive rebounds in and out. And it's the defensive rebound for the Hawks though. Cut into this lead. Greeter. Early 3. Biggest Sharks lead was 14 and another turnover. Hawks just need to score. Campbell Scott. Swakalo Bullock. The Australian pulling up from the foul line. Not a lot going on inside for the Hawks the last couple of possessions. And the Sharks will be happy with that as Asprey gives it to Alec. Kicks it out. Asprey can't get the roll, but Timmins is there. And Timmins gets the and one. That's the size of Sam Timmins.
And the foul on the rebound, doing it all inside, just tipping it up to himself. Both teams have a lot to talk about in their huddles.
Just see Yates just not really boxing out there. Timmins, that size, that length, that bounce he's got. Just active on the glass. He's a big body that's hard to shift.
Right, he is, but 4 black jerseys around him. Nobody made any contact. Just too easy.
Made back to double digits. Hawks had their opportunities. Greeter working hard off the ball. Campbell Scott backing down Zoe Burden. Nice turnaround from Campbell Scott. Travelled across the Motu to Hawke's Bay from the Jets to find more playing time. And he's proven to be a really good performer for the Hawks as Timmins on the catch. He just caught his own shot.
I don't even know if that touched rim.
I don't think it did, and there was no whistle as well, obviously. Also, Yim was asking about the contact. That should have been a travel. Not everyone's perfect though. Missed call. It happens. Alston. Yates lost it. Staying with Hawke's Bay.
The Sharks are just everywhere inside.
One of the great looks in basketball, Josiah Alec. See the shorts rolled up, got the headband, got the hair tied up. Constant energy. Never not moving against the Bulls. I mean, his work ethic is exemplary. He was on the watt bike during the very few times he sat.
Yeah, that's something you can just never complain about when you hear Alec's name. You see Campbell Scott doing a good job getting in front of the ball just then. But yeah, Alec, one of the hardest workers in this league. Oh yeah, that's a shot to the face.
Yeah, I like seeing that between the two players. He didn't mean to, and he acknowledged and helped up Campbell Scott as well. He goes to sit this Caleb Asprey, because Caleb Asprey, that is his 3rd foul. So foul trouble. Boone has 2, now Asprey has 3. Luke Yates, just not a lot doing for the Hawks inside the perimeter.
Yeah, not much going. We know Yates can knock it down from there, but that's not his preferred shot. Look at Alec, deep seal.
And there's Timmins, he can knock down open threes. Rebound by Greeter. Alston gives it to Greeter. It goes into Alec's chest and 2 shots coming up. Dan Greta, his work ethic is tireless. He's doing everything at the moment, it feels like. Took the contact there. He'll be feeling it tomorrow.
And Alex asking why he didn't get that charge call. Greta will be lucky he didn't, because he's already on 2 personal fouls. That's the way to go. Play through. Any no calls.
Misses the first, does Dan Greta. You're going to need all of Dan Greta's effort today. Short-handed on the bench. Won the Aussie NBL with the Illawarra Hawks earlier this year. Played for Nelson last season. It was terrific for them. He's been excellent once again in the South NBL, this time for the Hawks. To Timmins. Nice look to Inga. That's another bang play. Knocking it down is Braden Inga. Beautiful pass from the big on the baseline. You're just going to carve teams up if your bigs are doing that.
Yeah, how impressive was that from Sam Timmins? Equally impressive that Murphy could get that up over him.
Alec sees a double. Jacob Murphy coming back into the game. Timmins just a little strong. It's going to go at Greta. Murphy hedging. Boone gets his feet set, and they survive to the Hawks. If you go to double Alec and Timmins, you've got to be quick on the rotation, and they survive. An open 3 for Boone, one of the best to do it in the league this season. As Timmins picks up the foul up high. Sam Timmins has foul number 2 against his name. And when you see a big out there as a guard like you are, Crystal, you want that foul call, don't you? You want to try and make sure that they reach or bump you.
You absolutely do. And Greta was thinking, go right at his side, get around him. Sam Timmins took the bait, fell for it.
Timeout called. So yeah, foul trouble starting to be a factor here. Timmins now has 2. Boone has those 2 fouls. And Caleb Asbury, he has 3. So 3 of the 5 starting 5 in a little bit of trouble. If you like the uniforms, get into the merch. Use that QR code. Shop online now.
Yeah, how good. Get amongst it. My personal favourites, the Lavender Bulls Rapid League strip, or the Nuggets, the like Swan Dry on their uniforms. Those are my two picks.
I really enjoyed just the Saints, being a Wellington guy, just the classic pinstripes either.
No surprise. No surprise.
No, but I do like the Flint Tropics inspired Rams uni they pulled out. That was fire. I appreciate that. But that lavender is great, isn't it?
Like the different colours, like when teams mix it up. I also never noticed the Hawk strip with those feathers on the back. That's pretty cool too.
Yeah, that's nice. Nice touch. You can see this. Also, just next year, maybe the Jets can just figure out a way to put some highlights around their numbers. It's really undone me on the Jets games I've called. Lukey Yates and the Hawks staring down a 13-point Southland Sharks lead. Hawks 9th on the ladder at 7-10. They cannot afford to drop games here. They have 2 games remaining after this one. And so it will be Greta at the line. Sharks in the bonus. Hawks next game, I believe it is against the Saints at home here in Napier, and that's next round. For the Sharks, they've got a game Sunday. They continue up in North Island. They need to Tamaki Makoto to play the Tuatara on Sunday, and also live and free to air on Sky Open. Takar Cooper, Inga dropping it off to Timmins, right hand. Boone striving to grab a rebound. They can get it back to single digits, can the Hawks? Good position from Yates. It's just the front line there of Timmins, who switches with Inga, who just was running like interference. It's hard to get an entry pass over to Timmins. Scott. Jacob Murphy with 2 on the shot clock. Boone just walked with it. He just walked across the court. And they still have it.
Travel's done a thing today.
Obviously,
everyone's moving across the country for Matariki.
Tukaa Cooper. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Well, they better not call lane violations. They're not calling travels on the foul shots. 13 foul by the Hawks. 2:37 to go in this second quarter. And Tukaa Cooper at the line to shoot 2.
He's had an elevated role in this game with Asbury in foul trouble and Helu carrying that injury.
This is the first half-time special moment coming up for the Hawke's Bay Hawks, honouring the stellar career of Willie Burton, amazing player in the Souths NBL. His son Zoe Burton playing for the Sharks in the house. Great touch by Jared Kenny, general manager, former Hawks player, obviously, former New Zealand player, and timing that to have the Sharks in the building. Classy gesture by the Hawks. Willie Burton won that sole championship that the Hawks had at age 43. You see it there, the number 1. 43, Crystal Ledger Walker.
Came out of retirement for it, right?
He did. All-time Souths NBL rebounds leader. He's got a great list of accomplishments in this part of the world. Alec, up high, down low to Timmins, nice catch. And 1, Dan Greeder got him on the arm. That high-low action, kicking it out and back in. That's pretty basketball, almost triangle offense-ish.
Yeah, Sam Timmins just does such a great job of positioning his body, working around for the ball, but that is Dan Greeder's 3rd foul.
Yeah, they can't afford to have him out on the floor for the remaining 2 minutes 10. If he picks up the 4th foul, it's just going to be really difficult for the Hawks to contend here. He just has to let Sam Timmins go there, doesn't he? Easier said than done. Probably felt it wasn't even worth being called a foul.
Right, but a player like Dan Greedy, you love him because he always gives 110%. But, you know, also in those moments, he just knows no other way.
Sam Gruggan does the right thing by his team and unfortunately has to take Greeder out of the game. Jacob Murphy re-enters. It's the biggest lead of the night, of the afternoon rather, on your Friday in Aotearoa, New Zealand on Matariki Day, as Luka Yates kicks it out. Alston kicking it around. This is good defense from the Sharks. And then Swakala Bullet, Clifton Bush the 3rd, not boxed out. Alston misses that. Murphy. Swakala Bullet, nice drive.
Yeah, good take from him. Up to 7 points. They need him and Alston to get going while Greeder is out.
Yeah, an opportunity for Alston to show why they signed him. No Greeder, no Jackson Ball today. Here's Timmins. He's had the better of Luka Yates. He does well there. And there's Alec, not boxed out. There's the energy. That's just tough sledding in the middle for the Hawks, with Alec and Timmins dominating the offensive glass. And we've got a timeout called by Sam Gruggan and the Hawks. What do they have to do here to get back in this game, the Hawke's Bay Hawks?
You absolutely need to do a better job of keeping Alec and Timmins out of the paint. That last possession, they did a decent job of getting Timmins, you know, out of the paint, getting him a high catch. But can they keep him out here? And then can you keep an eye on Alec, who's so slippery, getting those rebounds? Even if you sandwich him, get 2 bodies on him, something.
Huge round of basketball for the Souths NBL. All due respect to the Otago Nuggets, who were beaten by 54, but that really was unfortunately going to be a dud game in terms of first place versus last place. Canterbury Rams, they have shown no mercy at times this NZNBL season.
If you keep up with
They're
the
like
league socials and you see Max Darling's block,
Yeah.
and I think it's Seabury shooting the shot, that just kind of explains that game. Go look it up if you haven't seen it. But yeah, that was the story of the game to me in that picture.
All jokes aside, I do believe that they are the Cobra Kai of this NZNBL. They are like, show no mercy, put them in a body bag. They are like, we do not care. We are running and we are going hard. They look unstoppable. Who can stop them? We'll find out when the postseason begins. The Saints are second, trying to keep up. They might not be able to catch them for the first spot, the Saints, but they'll have something to say in the postseason, that is for sure. Who makes up spots, you know, 4, 5, and 6? Where these teams finish, these two teams in the hunt. Sharks sitting pretty at 8 and 8. Hawks 7 and 10, fighting for their playoff lives. Down to 6. Swakala Bullock operating with the 8s, and a turnover.
Great defense from Webster, who just got in the game. Did a good job fighting to get over both of those screens. Hawks just really out of sorts. I'll have another talk about it.
Why not? Also, both teams do have their BNZ player timeouts available, with 42.4 to go in the second quarter. Maybe it gives us an opportunity to talk about the games coming up, because tomorrow you're at the Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre, Crystal. First of a double header in the league. The Bulls and the Airs. How do you think that one's going to play out?
I mean, I'm going with the Airs just based off the Bulls' last results. The Bulls, I don't know what's going on over there, but something needs to change, and something needs to change quick. They just cannot get a W. So I'm going with the Airs for that one.
The Saints and the Phi from Wellington, Tauranga, play at a unique pace in the NZNBL. They had a win streak, but they have dropped some games of late, and they go into Wellington needing a win as well. How do you see that one playing out?
I mean, I know who you're going for already. I don't even need to ask there, but with Mojave King in that lineup, he's dangerous. If he can get hot, anything can happen. So hopefully it's a tight one. Hopefully the Phi can come out with a win for their playoff hopes.
Currently in 7th spot. They're 7 and 9. You know, Hawke's Bay do something here. They pull this back, and it's a 15-point lead to the Sharks just before half-time. The Phi, if they can win, they move to 8 and 9. Hawks move to 8 and 10. 9 might be enough to get you into the top 6. 9 wins, that is. It was last season, but it came down to points percentage. Back underway. Inga. Puts it down to Alec, does Timmins, and Alec, another bucket for him. He's got 10 points, 7 rebounds. Sam Timmins has 18 before the half.
And how about those 3 assists he's had? 'Cause that was a beautiful pass to Alec, put it perfectly. Alston's head wasn't looking at the ball, so just threw it over.
Swakala Bullock, no greeter in the game. They go to him, and the BNZ player timeout is called by the Southland Sharks. 6 seconds to go. Swakala Bullock, he moves to 9. Get your ticket to the big game. Games are running out, people. 2 more rounds to go after this one. Scan the QR code for a chance to win tickets to those games, thanks to the BNZ player timeout. Timmins and Alec, and with a veteran burden. Quite Webster's in the game. It's probably in there because there's no Johnny Heller, who went down with an apparent injury in the Rapid League game. So getting good minutes, Quite Webster.
I mean, he's a great hustler for the Sharks. First one to the floor when there's a loose ball. He works very hard when he's out there.
Burton, Alec up high. And that's it. It wasn't 6 seconds. They actually ran the clock down to a correct and duration, and it's going to be An empty one to end it, but 15 is the margin. The Sharks in control at Rodney Green Arenas, 46-31 at the half. TikTok, what's up? We're back, and as you can see on your screens here, Willie Burton, as Alonzo Burton comes out, and this is great. As you see, Crystal Ledger-Walker, Zoe Burton coming out to honour his dad, Willie Burton, an absolute legend of the Sal's NBL. And what is even cooler is that Jonathan Yim and the whole team are staying out there to see this. And they've got some things to talk about at half-time, but something a little bit more bigger than basketball. Southland Sharks community, the whānau, sticking around to see this for their teammate, to honour his dad, Alonzo Burton. Seeing Willie Burton, 352 NZNBL games, 8 All-Star 5 selections, 6-time rebounding champ, most outstanding forward, Manawatu Sports Person of the Year in '89, Hawke's Bay Sports Person of the Year in 2002. 13 years between those two honours for two different teams, two different regions. Most outstanding forward centre. He was a naturalised New Zealander. He played for the Tall Blacks, part of the 01 team that qualified for the 2002 World Champs. Was the league assist champion in 1999. All-time rebound leader with 4,244, Crystal Ledger-Walker.
Man, that is a very, very impressive resume and list of achievements that he's gotten. And I must say, listening to Zoe earlier before the game when we heard him speaking about this, I was getting teary listening to him speak about his father and all the love he's put into this game. So very fitting that he's here for this moment and that they're doing this today. And what a day to do it on, Matariki, because he is definitely a star in Aotearoa.
Absolutely. Both teams staying on the floor for this. That's wonderful to see. And so you can leave your comments on TikTok. We're live on the Sky Sport NZ account. And we're going through the ceremony here to honour Willie Burton, Hawks legend. See it 3/4 break time, TikTok. No mai hoki mai, welcome back to Rodney Green Arenas rather, and it's a wonderful, classy gesture here from Hawke's Bay, honouring a legend in the Hawke's Bay and in the Sal's NBL. Willie Burton having his number retired, number 14, came out of retirement to win the championship at 43 years of age in 2006, and that's his son there, Alonzo Burton from the Sharks. Both teams have not gone into halftime to talk about the game. They've stayed out on the floor. As you might see on the wide shot there, you've got the Sharks honouring their teammate's dad, standing at the side there. Wonderful gesture from the Sharks, classy all round. And also Hawke's Bay, the Hawks, they've stayed out there to honour one of their own, Willie Burton and Crystal Ledger-Walker. Just phenomenal stats accumulated by Willie Burton.
Yeah, I mean, if you check out his resume and all that he's done and all that he's given to this region, it's no surprise why he's forever 14.
Now, unfortunately, we don't have a live mic for Willie to hear his speech, but I'm sure he's very humble in accepting this. He didn't really play for this kind of accolade. He's certainly honoured, as you can see, Paola Wiritana The only number retired by the Hawks, number 8. And now they'll have number 14 up there to our right of that championship banner underneath the scoreboard. The top right of your screen, you can see the black curtain there, and underneath that will be Willie Burton's number 14. And you can see Jared Kenny there. Next to our camera person, Willie Burton. 352 Sal's NBL games, 8 All-Star, 5 selections across his career. He's a 6-time rebounding champ. He was also the league assist champ. In 1999, he won Sports Person of the Year, not only in Manawatu in '89, but also for Hawke's Bay in 2002. A champ with the Hawks in '06. All-time Sal's NBL rebound leader with 4,024. And a Hawke's Bay Basketball Hall of Fame inductee in 2011.
Just to name a few, while I'm sure they'll
won that championship in 2006, age 43.
Sit back, enjoy the game. Just before I go, I'd like to thank all the kids from Lakeland.
So both teams standing out there to see Willie Burton's number retired. And hopefully they unveil that number before we go to break. And just great to see both teams out there to see this ceremony. We've got to talk about things at half-time, but some things are just a little bit bigger than basketball when you can retire a number of a legend of this league. And there it is, Willie Burton, number 14. Great career with the Hawks. And a great contributor to basketball across Aotearoa. We'll take a break here, and when we come back, we'll have some stats for you as well. Welcome back, TikTok. If you're stuck with us on TikTok, you see this haka perform for Willie Burton after his number retired. A lot of haka, a lot of mana in that haka, a lot of mana in that man as well. A lot of respect shown for Willie Burton. And what a beautiful piece of pounamu presented to him as well. Great scenes at Rodney Green Arenas. Father and son, what a moment for the Burton family.
So cool, and what a jersey, the N1, the classic, bringing it back with the 14 on the back, forever 14. His name will live on in this arena for years and years to come.
Yeah, got the N1 jacket, beautiful piece of pounamu that he will treasure for the rest of his days, Willie Burton. Phenomenal contributor to New Zealand basketball, came here as an import, naturalised in played for New Zealand. Became a citizen in the mid-90s and was part of that team's 2001 series win over Aussie. Defining moment for the Tall Blacks. It meant that they could go to the World Champs in 2002, and as we know, they came fourth in that one. Came to Aotearoa in 1985 and played 19 seasons in the NZNBL. Spent a decade with the Hawks, and he joins Paola Winitana with his number retired as well. Young man at the time in 2006 when they won that only championship of the Hawke's Bay Hawks. Out of the University of Tennessee, Willie Burden came to New Zealand and dominated the league for many, many seasons. And here's how the stats look. Usually we do the stats on the other side of the break, but a special moment there for Willie Burden. And here's how it looks at halftime.
And how fitting that two big men are absolutely dominating this game. Timmins, 18 points. Alec, 10. They are killing it inside. Sokola Bullock with 9. Greeda had 8. He sat for a lot of that second quarter with 3 fouls. Elson, 5 assists. Inga has been great off the bench for the Sharks, 4 assists. And then we see them again, the two tall timbers inside, Timmins and Alec, 7 rebounds apiece. Greeda with 7 as well. Greeda with 2 steals. Cooper and Alec with 1 each. And blocks, 1 big one from Timmins and another from Clifton Bush, the third.
Looking at some of the team stats, some of the highlights from halftime. Campbell Scott, a late addition to the starting 5 for the Hawks. But it's been tough going with Greeda's 3rd foul in the second quarter. They just don't have an answer for the bigs of the Sharks at the moment. When you have bigs like Alec and Timmins drawing doubles, that opens up the 3-point line.
It really does, and the Sharks have been great from distance with the likes of Boone and Inga knocking it down. Asprey also has a few from deep. It's hard to give too much attention to the bigs when the shooters are connecting from outside.
Really, really cool to see. But also, what do you do at halftime? Like, if you're the Hawks, you've honored Willie Burden. You need to talk about things down 15, but they just showed the respect that he deserves by staying out there, which is a classy gesture by the Hawks organisation. And you can have your say as to who gets the win. You can also choose your game MVP shortly. But the Sharks on pace to get the win here. Only 9% are picking the Hawks, but you can decide what margin. At the moment it's 15, and that Sharks by 11 plus. You might choose that one because that's the way it's looking at the moment.
Yeah, especially if Greeda is going to be sitting for this Hawks team with those 3 fouls. You want the likes of Sokola Bullock and Alston to really step up, get things going. We know they can both get really hot when they find their rhythm. So hopefully they can get some sets, run some plays to get the ball in their hands.
Well, Josiah Alec, just a power underneath, constant energy, fluid movement. 10 and 7 at the half. Timmins 18 and 7. Alston's got 5 assists, as you said. Just quietly working on a bit of a triple-double there. That's so Sam Timmins. He's got 3 assists. But third quarter about to get underway. Get your large cupped pepperoni pizza for $29.99. Use that QR code. Sal's Cup 25 is your online code, valid until Tuesday. And Crystal Ledger Walker, Tall Fern, Tohi Basketball Aotearoa player for the Kahu. These Sharks, they look good. It's been up and down season for them, but they're in that 6th spot. They're currently 8 and 8. But over the last few rounds, they've looked really, really solid.
Yeah, I think they've really started to find their rhythm, the type of brand of basketball they want to play. When Sam Timmins came back in the mix, it was a big adjustment for Alec to move to that 4 position, out of that center position. But now they really seem to have figured it out. They've got that connection going. They're feeding well off each other. And when their shooters show up and start knocking it down too, they are very dangerous. A hard team to stop, especially if you don't have the size to match.
2 tough games as well after this one for the Hawks. They've got to host the Saints next week, and then the Tuatara will be the final game at home and for the season. So 3 home games to round out the NZNBL, including this one this afternoon on your Matariki Friday. Zoe Burden, man, run a play for Zoe out of 3rd quarter, and awkward down low as Greta and Boone try and help each other up. It's great to see. You just hate to see those guys go down like that in that situation, but everybody pops back up, which is good.
Right, and cool to see that they ran that play for Zoe coming out of that. If he had made that, surely he would have pointed at his dad and said, that one's for you.
Led the league in assists once, and most likely led the league in rebounds multiple times, did Willie Burden. Legend of the game in this part of the world is Luka Yates ties up Sam Timmins. That's good defense from the Hawks' big Greta. Starts the 3rd quarter with his 3 fouls. Alston operating with Yates, gets the switch, steps back. Hesitant, but it's Swakalo Bullock continuing here in the 3rd like he was near the end of the 2nd. Keelan Boone took a shot inadvertently. Swakalo Bullock has a 3-point play opportunity.
That's Keelan Boone's 3rd personal foul, so something to keep an eye on. But Swakalo Bullock, what a pretty finish. Put his head down off the catch, got him on that first step, and just floated it up there over the rim.
Converts that 3-point play opportunity. Asprey with the ball. Asprey, he's got 3 fouls as well, so an eye to be kept on him as Timmins again leaves it short. Timmins just got to trust his touch. He's so big and so strong. There he is, tied up again. Luka Yates has done a great job to start this 3rd quarter. Down low defensively.
And he's done a great job because he's pushed Sam Timmins underneath that backboard, made it a really tough angle for him to finish. Luka Yates, very aggressive on this defensive end, which is what the Hawks have needed.
3 games remain for the Sharks. After this one, as Swakalo Bullock almost banks it in. Boone stays out there. He's got the rebound. And he's saying it came off Alston's foot, but then there's another whistle. And then Keelan Boone is like, he had the call. Turnover Sharks though. Now they're going to talk about it. Jonathan Yim shakes his head.
Yeah, let's watch it here. Definitely went off.
Your call, Crystal.
I think it went off his foot, but...
Oh, we got the right call, have we? We're going to stay with the Sharks. Crystal, yours, please. Let's just call the next play.
Right, I predict...
The referee's had the better angle than us, that's for sure. Asprey. He's fouled. Is that going to be on Luka Yates? As Caleb Asprey goes down. And Caleb Asprey and the Sharks, their game's left. They got the Tuatara away. That's on Sunday. And then they host the Phi. Big game. These 2 games, the Tuatara and the Phi, and of course this one, they're double games. As a player who looks at the standings, Crystal, you look at that, you get a win, but you suffer a loss on your opponent who's nearby you in the standings.
It's tough when you have, you know, back-to-back like this. You even, after this game, after a win, you flush it, you think half-time, going straight into the next one. Let's keep this momentum going. The Sharks will want to do just that with how they're playing today.
Makes the second. 47-34. Swakala Bullock giving it to Greeter. Campbell Scott. Yates up high, he rolls, seals off Timmins. Scott gets a look, but it's tipped out to Greeter. Alston has it, fresh 14. Again, he pump fakes that three. Trust his rhythm. With 5 to shoot now, he goes for the three and it's deep. Almost went in. Just so hesitant is Alston and the Hawks.
You can see he's frustrated. To me, the spacing just looks really off for the Hawks. They were all on that left side of the floor before that shot. Not much room to operate when you have spacing like that.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of movement inside the three-point line. Cutting, back doors, pin downs as Keelan Boone gets to the cup and puts it in. He's got 7 now with 5 rebounds.
Keelan Boone, a great slasher with the ball in hand. We see the Hawks get to a set play, which is good.
Alston, a rear drive, felt the bump, no whistle. Boone. Burton to Alec, who goes at Luca Yates. Lost it, turned over. Scott. Greeter, down into Yates. Greeter for 3. In rhythm, knocks it down. That's better from the Hawks. Inside-outside game.
Greeter up to 11. Oh, that's just, yeah.
The height of Timmins, dropping it off to Alec, and then he gets his rebound, and he can't quite get it to go down. Swakala Bullock tracks it down, and Sam Timmins, that's not the one, my friends. That's your third.
We've seen him do it all tonight, but yes, you're right. Playing full court defense might not be in his bag just yet.
Catch the highlights show of the NZNBL every Tuesday. Casey Frank and myself hosting this week's edition. Plenty of huge matchups across this round, round 14. Greeter. Alston. Now Swakala Bullock. Down to 5 again. And a turnover. Alec took a poke to the face, maybe the neck, the throat. It's Boone. Now it's Greeter. Scott for 3, close out by Asbury. Scott in and out. Alec with another board. That's 8 for him.
Yeah, unlucky for the Hawks though. If that header went down, would have been a single-digit ball game. Alec.
And he travelled, dragged his pivot. He doesn't believe it. He looks at Yim, Coach Yim.
Can appreciate that he never yells at the refs though. He might give a funny look or ask a question, but it's never too aggressive. Has such a good temperament.
There have been some great imports who've come into the league this season. And Josiah Alec might just be the best one. He wasn't supposed to play the whole season. I believe he had just a half season booked in with the Sharks. They knew that, and then somehow they've convinced him to stay, or he wanted to stay, obviously, which is cool. Just a bit of a conversation between Timmins and the refs.
You're right, he was booked in just for half the season. When Sam Timmins got back, he was meant to leave, but I think they saw how good he was. They realized they had a gem.
Yes.
And watching him and Timmins together, who wouldn't want that combination out on the floor?
Well, this high-low action that they can pull out at times between Alec and Timmins, if they can stay on the floor and out of foul trouble, i.e. Keelan Boone, which is what's he doing right now? That is a big hit. That cuts the lead to 9. This is better from the Hawks in the third. Burton. He almost walked. Down to 7 on the shot clock. Boom. Oh, that's a tough 3. Dan Greta did everything right. He closed out as hard as he could without fouling him.
That is a very tough shot. Not much more you could do to contest that.
Greta. Swakala Bullock for 3. Dribble, drive, penetration, kick out. Swakala Bullock. Big hit in the corner. Yim calls timeout for the Sharks.
Yeah, check out that 3 ball from Greta. And the Hawks starting to roll off the back of this 3 of Campbell Scott as well. Look at that tough shot from Boone. Pump fake, got him flying. Hands in his face, did not matter. Swakala Bullock with the answer. Hawks right back in it.
Absolutely, they are. Their shooting percentage hasn't been terrific in this game. They're getting out-rebounded, plus 10 advantage. They've turned the ball over 8 times. They've only got 12 points in the paint and only 5 second chance points. Conversely, the Sharks have 26 and 14 respectively. But they have pulled this one back to single digits. Campbell Scott's 3, as he said, Crystal Ledger-Walker. An instigator here. Bit of a run going on for the Hawks.
Yeah, like the scoring that has come out of this Hawks squad, but it's also the defense. They've done a really good job of finding Sam Timmins, playing him more physically. Sharks only have 6 points in this quarter compared to the Hawks' 12.
Back underway out of the timeout. Tukaha Cooper off the bench and gets it with the right hand.
Man, what a spark he is. So shifty, so quick, getting himself in that lane.
Alston. In rhythm, too strong. Swakala Bullock, another rebound though. Scott, can he get another 3? Swakala Bullock, he can't.
Good find from Scott to get it to him though. Little heat check out in the corner.
Just quietly, Swakala Bullock has 15 as well. Oh, it's a tip wedgie. Where's that going to go? Who's got the possession arrow? It's going to be Hawke's Bay ball. A rare tip wedgie. Seen many of those? I haven't.
No, I haven't, but I'm not surprised with Dan Greta and the way he gets up for rebounds. Did it on purpose. He knew they had the point, the arrow.
I think he did. This is just smarts from Dan Greta. Yates banks in a straight on 3, Crystal.
Man, love to see it. We've seen him line up one earlier, finally gets it to go up to 6 points.
Comes off Alec, surely no. Referee right there in position. Here it is, Lukey Yates. Yeah, he called bank. Banks are open on Matariki. Lukey Yates says, yeah, it is. 8 is the lead for the Sharks. Boone, nice pass, Timmins. Oh, that's pretty.
That's a great play, especially with the size of Timmins down low. Said it all day. His positioning's been great.
I feel like Keelan Boone, he figures out the physicality as Campbell Scott knocks down a 3. We said he's dangerous from deep, and he's proven it at the moment in the 3rd quarter. Now, just going back to my point, Keelan Boone, if he works out the physicality with the fouls, he's going to be absolutely dangerous if they make the postseason. Look at that. He was in deep there. Alec left it. He's keeping it alive, both those Sharks players. But it's the Hawks who have it. Scott, Greta, thought about it. Alston won't give it back to Greta, who wanted it. And Alec pulls it down.
Ooh. Unlucky because Campbell Scott was reading that help side. Obviously didn't communicate that to Swakala Bullock, who took the foul. Didn't want to give up an easy one. Sam Timmins, another great job running the floor hard, fast, and early.
Brandon Alston, that's about the 4th or 5th time in this game. He's just hesitated when he's open. He's just going to trust his offensive game because he's a talented player, obviously. Alec, look at the hustle on the glass. It is a battle for the Hawks to keep him off it. Scott for 3. If that had gone in, it's dangerous territory here. Even though we've got under 2 minutes to go in the third. Hawks doing a great job in this third quarter. Tukaha Cooper, he's come in and had a say in this third.
He has. That's a big body move down low. Went through Elston's body.
Greta, look out. Caught napping the Sharks. Thought he was going to punch that down, Dan Greta, to be honest, Krista.
I know, disappointing.
Yeah, I was disappointed, Dan. He's saving his legs. He's got a big shift coming up in the 4th. Respect to Dan Greta on that one. Is Timmins gets the and one. His bag on that one, Sam Timmins.
He says finally, because he's missed a few of those in this quarter, finally gets himself going again. 5 black jerseys around him, but pretty footwork to work his way through.
Timmins now 10 of 22 on the floor. 6 offensive rebounds, make it 7. He's only got 2 defensive rebounds.
He's just throwing it to himself.
Converts the and one, lead back to 10. Yates. 3 ball from Yates. Need to go glass again, Luca. Burton. Timmins. Oh, threaded the pass. How did Asprey save that as well? Burton stepping back. Alonzo Burton with a pretty baseline jumper.
Tough move from Zoe.
Great
down low.
Excuse me, Caleb Asprey with the rebound. Hold here or not to just keep rolling as the shot clock and game clock have about 2 seconds differential, maybe 3. Timmins underneath. Sam Timmins, he had 30 in their last game, these two teams. He's got 25 now through 3 quarters. Yates to close us out of the third. And it was a good fight back by the Hawks, but the Sharks closed them out. And they'll head to 3-quarter time break with a 14-point lead, 65-51. Back soon. Hey TikTok, we're back. This is the last time for this game. I hope you're enjoying it live and free on the Sky Sport account on TikTok for your Matariki Friday afternoon or wherever you are around the world watching this game on TikTok. If you've got any questions for us, let us know. Kimmy earlier asked how many rebounds for Josiah Alec?
Oh, let me check that out for you. He's got 12, so officially got a double-double on the day. 10 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist, and only 1 personal foul.
Jack supporting his mum's friend's son, Ezra Eagle. He's got some burn in the first half. Didn't see a lot of Ezra in the third quarter there. Let's see a Tokamanua Queens. Is that a Queens logo there on the top of our screen there?
Oh, Mel's, I don't see those.
Yeah.
But yes, it is.
Yeah. enough said about that. Crystal Ledger Walker of the Kahu. How's your season looking coming into another Toihi Basketball Aotearoa season coming up?
I mean, it's going to be coming quick, and I'm glad that the Hoiho's back in the mix, because I'm glad we've got our 5 major teams.
Fourth quarter about to get underway here. Nomai Hokumai, welcome back. Alonzo Burton and Caleb Asprey are ready. They have enjoyed a great advantage, and you can have your say as to who you think your game MVP is with that QR code, to go to mixandpick.com. Josiah Alec, 50% of the votes. Dan Greta, just the 9%. Timmins has got 25 of it. Back underway, fourth quarter has started. Asprey. Burton knocks that down, got Murphy to bite. He opens the fourth quarter with a 3, and the lead is 17. I believe that's the biggest of the game so far. Again, the lead ballooning for Hawke's Bay. Campbell Scott fouled. That's what you want to see. Campbell Scott challenging the Sharks defense, which is what they haven't really done. It's hard. It's easy to sit here and say that, but they've got some size, the Sharks.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary to go up against these Sharks players. They're so long, they're so physical inside, and they've been playing really good defense, moving off the ball, getting and plugging in lanes. But you can tell Campbell Scott's been playing some 3-on-3. He's used to this physicality. So yeah, he got himself right in there and was not afraid to challenge.
Scott in and out. He's got 11 points, very efficient, 4 of 9. 3 of those 4 field goals are from deep. 3 of 7 overall from behind the 3-point line. Just a plus-minus of -3 as well. As Alec and Greta battle for that rebound. Who's called? Who wants it? Referees are saying calm. Love it when they come together just to get it right. That's what you want to see. Orange ball. Southland have it. So it will be Southland's ball. Timmins in this game. He's got 25 for the Sharks. 8 rebounds. Keelan Boone, 10 points, 9 rebounds. Despite the foul trouble as well. He was in a bit of trouble in the first half. Swakala Bullet pulls down the board.
Like that little inverted screen by the Sharks to get Sam Timmins down low. See what Elston can do here.
Greta,
Oh, wow.
swooping in and one. Oh my, Dan Greta like a hawk. Through Illawarra to Hawke's Bay. And he'll head to the Chemist Warehouse line to shoot an and one.
How did he get that to go? His limbs went in all 4 different directions around Sam Timmins. He just has a knack for getting himself in there and putting the ball in the hoop.
Dan Greta just joined the game. They are short-handed coming into this one. A couple of big outs from the bench. Kahu Treacher and Kobe Carter. Treacher on national age group duties. Kobe Carter, thoughts to him with his recovery after suffering bad knee injury last round. And a big out for the 5, starting 5. Jackson Ball also joining Creature in national age group duties as well. Sam Gruggan, he's really to make this work. Got to within 8, I believe it was.
Yeah, they did. They went on a run in that third off the back of Campbell Scott being very aggressive. But you're right, it's that depth. They have no points off the bench today. All the starters have been putting in the mahi as we see Elston come up with that rebound.
Bench points, 11 for the Sharks. Kyle Cooper has been great off the bench. Luxury of bringing Braden Inga off the bench as well. So Burden all over Alston. Nice pass. Beautiful finish. Oh, that's pretty from the Hawks.
It is. The Sharks were very aggressive. That's a way to beat them. Get them with that back cut. No one in help. Keelan Boone, though, so long, can't get that one to drop.
And no defensive rebound is safe with Josiah Alec in the paint. Scott on the kick out. Can't get the roll.
Just in and out on his last couple. Good looks for the Hawks, though. He's a sniper.
Burden back to Cooper. This is the Alec screen. Burden on the drive, dropping it off to Alec. Blocked by Campbell Scott. Not in his house, says Campbell Scott.
You don't see these muscles?
Noted shot blocker, Campbell Scott. Great timing, great read.
Yeah, he's done a great job of being in that help side.
Greeder going downhill. No whistle. Just good defense from the Sharks. No complaints from Greeder. Inga looked at the handoff and Inga belly slides out of bounds. And he'll head to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for an and one opportunity.
Inga just so versatile. We see him play that post position, can also get it done from the perimeter as a guard. Great sneaky fake handoff just then by Inga, getting himself in the paint.
Timeout called, and you can vote for your game MVP. Josiah Alec starting to streak ahead here, and rightly so. Just through energy alone, he's 11 and 11 in the game. Sam Timmins second. He's got a big shift of 25 and 8. 3 assists as well for Sam Timmins. He's got a block. He's also got 4 personal fouls. That's why he's not out there. So does Caleb Asbury. Credit to Keelan Boone. He stayed out of foul trouble, picking up 3 in the first half. He picked up 2 quick ones to start the game in the first quarter, rather.
Dan Greeder also still has those 4 personal fouls as well, so that's big for the Hawks. They need to keep protecting him because he's been massive in this game. 18 points, 8 rebounds.
It's been the offensive glass that's really killed the Hawks. Just look at the numbers there. 4 offensive rebounds for Boone, 5 for Alec, 6 for Timmins. And overall, 17 offensive rebounds. They have 22 to the Hawks overall. To be fair to the Hawks, they've got 10 offensive rebounds themselves. But offensive rebounding wise, the Sharks, they average 9 in a game. The Hawks 7. Neither of these two teams is Inga off his missed foul shot, gets a rebound and misses it, unfortunately, from 15 again.
Well, then you look at, another stat, which is the second chance points, and the Sharks have 16 compared to the Hawks' 5 second chance points.
Scott. Alec just ripping down another one. That's his 12th. Double-double for Keelan Boone, 10 and 10. Pass from Braden Inga. That is just beautiful. He just led Alec, who ran the floor, got behind the defense, and he'll head to the line for an and one opportunity after Inga was there just previously.
You're right. Beautiful pass, beautiful placement. Just got it when that defense wasn't looking. But once again, Alec just outworking his opposition, beating them down the floor and putting it away on the Chemist Warehouse free throw line.
Hawks need to get something cooking here. Coming up on 6.5 to go. They are down 18. Swakala bullet. Good defense from the Sharks. Shut down those lanes. Now it's Scott having to make it work and stripped Boone getting ahead. And one again. That's 3 straight and 1 opportunities for the Sharks.
And beautiful defense by Tukaha Cooper to get his hand and block that shot. Perfect distance, perfect timing. Boone finishing the job on the other side.
Keelan Boone looking to make the lead 21. Sam Grogan can only just sit down and just maybe watch their postseason hopes fade away here. Boone misses that one. Time is running out on the Hawks in this game. Perhaps this season, because a loss here puts them at 7-11 and another turnover. To be fair, that's just turnover number 9, but if you want to make a run, it's just over 6 minutes to go. You can't afford to have lapses like that.
No, you can't. You want to get good looks every time. Alston's frustrated about it. What can Alec do down low?
Anger. Another offensive rebound. This time it's Tukaha Cooper. Anger with the position. Anger with the post move off the glass and in. Hawks call timeout. Sam Grogan, he has seen enough. It's just been tough going in this game. And the Hawks team staring down a loss here. And you have to think Crystal Ledger-Walker. It's going to be nigh on, not impossible, but difficult to get into the top 6. They take it out here.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're really missing someone like Jackson Ball, that extra scoring punch. And then the role players like Kobe Kata and Kohi Tricha, who just bring that spark off the bench. We said it earlier, there's just been nothing happening with that second line, that second wave of players coming off the bench today for the Hawks. Dan Greeta's tried to do it all. Luka Yates with that 3-ball there has also stepped up in the second half defensively against Sam Timmins. And Campbell Scott, he's really tried to get things going as well.
Doesn't get any easier for the Hawks as Zoe Burden is knocking down threes. They have 2 home games remaining. They've had home games to finish the season out in the South NBL, but they've got the Saints at home next round. And then the final game of their season will be at home against the Tuatara, who themselves have the same record currently as the Sharks before this game is complete at 8-8. And then those 2 teams go at it on Sunday, which is the big game. Greeta. Out of the timeout, that is a good hit.
Up to 21 on the day. Greeta, leading scorer for the Hawks.
He's got 21. Sharks leads 19. Hawks need a stop. Good stop from Greeta. They look to go. Alston, push. He travelled.
Do you think they really got that because everyone got up to their seats?
I'm with you, Crystal Ledger-Walker. I think Clifton Bush III didn't really remonstrate too much.
No, and I thought he was on his tiptoes.
But I thought he almost did it, and it just was sold by the Southland Sharks bench. Anyway, we can't change it. They can't change it. It's Sharks ball, and it's unfortunate. Another turnover. It's their 10th. Boone, corner ball. Money. Keelan Boone. Dribble drive penetration, the kick out. And Keelan Boone, one of the best to do it in this league, 43% from deep. He's got 15 and 11 rebounds.
Oh, Asprey, look at him fly around.
That's what he does. He loves it. He has these spurts where he's everywhere. He's like an orange blur. He and Alec.
And the cool thing about him is he gets hyped up by his teammates as well. When Boone starts getting going, celebrates with them. Greta.
Dan Greta taking it to the cup. That's what Swakalo Bullock needed to do as well. Just go at Caleb Asprey, because, you know, Caleb Asprey's in foul trouble. He's got 4 fouls. You're Swakalo Bullock. You're long, you're athletic, you got a long stride.
I actually think that might be Asprey's 5th.
And then Dan Greta's done the job. He's at the line to shoot the foul shot. And Caleb Asprey is done for the day. You're absolutely right, Crystal. That is his 5th foul. It was called on him. And so he's done. Timmins has got 4 as well. He's out there. Still 4 minutes to go. Don't count the Hawks out yet. There's one thing you can count on. It's Dan Greta to go. Boone. Alec, little fist pump, and he deserves it because that was pretty.
It was great drop off. Great movement by Boone off the ball. Just those long arms, able to get it on that reverse.
The clock is the enemy for the Hawks as well. There's 6 players out there, Father Time and 5 Sharks. Swakalo Bullock, clean look. Too strong, Murphy. Boone. Murphy! Yes, Jacob Murphy. That's his first points, a timely 3. Alec, Timmins, Takaya Cooper's been great off the bench. This time he turns it over, a little bit of a hard pass, and there's Swakalo Bullock. See, Swakalo Bullock can get to the cup with those long arms and big strides.
Yeah, up to 17 on the day. The Hawks look good in transition.
Timmins spinning on Yates. And Sam Timmins moves to 27.
Loves that little spin move going baseline.
Tell you what they've done, is they've just shut Luka Yates out of the glass as well. Swakalo Bullock for 3. Luka Yates only has 2 rebounds. He's come into this game averaging 10. And we have tape that has come off the floor here at Rodney Green Arenas.
Are you surprised that Alec's the one to go and fix it though?
No, I'm not. No. I'm not surprised at all, you're right.
Honestly, if there was an award for best spirit, it'd go to him.
Best shorts go to him as well. I think we've just torn the bit of tape off there from the netball shooting circle. Boone. A couple of heat check 3s last couple of times for Keelan Boone. Coming up on the 2-minute mark. Hawks down 19. Blocked by Boone. Oh, pinpoint pass. Oh. Alec again out of nowhere. He takes down Campbell Scott on that one. Both players are up. Campbell Scott wants a foul. He fell into me, and that's a fair enough call. What a pass. Look, out of nowhere. Yeah, I can see why Campbell Scott is frustrated. Just there, minding his own business.
Yeah, that's a big body to come falling down on you.
And will be the foul called. And so Greta and Scott. And Greta understands the assignment. And good challenge. Stops the clock. Gets to the Chemist Warehouse line to shoot 2. And it might just be too much, or too little too late rather. And that lead is too much for the Hawks to bite into.
Yeah, time is not on their side. Greta, one of the quickest players down the floor in this league.
Well, on an afternoon where they honoured Willie Burton, Hawks legend, with his retirement number, as Keelan Boone does walk through to dap up his teammates. I don't think I've seen that on a defensive foul shot.
No, but hey, it speaks to their culture and their team chemistry down there.
And that might be key when playoffs are sorted out and they make that 6. As Alec has called for the foul. Josiah Alec. Sharks want a flop warning, but no. Alec is called for his second, only his second. And that's quite something when it's his first pro season and he plays the way he does, and he's only got 2 fouls in this game.
Yeah, he's smart. He's coached before at the University of Nebraska, was a graduate assistant coach there, so we know he has the IQ. Luka Yates, second 3 of the game.
Time winding down though. 15 is the Sharks lead. Sharks can just be patient here. Go to Timmins, who's been superb again in the matchup with the Hawks. Had 30 last time out, and it's going to be another assist to Zoe Burden. He's got 8 points. Timmins has got 4 assists. He's played through the 4 fouls really well. Campbell Scott, who wants the rebound. Those have been the 3 great rebounders in this game. All 3, Boone, Timmins and Alec, with double-digit rebounds. Inga. Alec takes a rare 3. Timmins almost had another one. Swakala Bullock. And now it's just picked up his 3rd, has he? They want the N1 because they felt like there was goaltending there. Maybe someone hit the backboard at the ring. We need to have a look at the referees to see what they've decided. I think it counts, as I saw through the huddle there. Is he putting up one finger there? I think he is. So yeah, that bucket was goaltender, that attempt by Swakala Bullock, so he'll shoot 1.
They're fighting for every point. We spoke about it. That points differential, it's going to matter.
And it's not great coming into this game, just 92%. And a timeout is called with 42.9 to go, because you've got to finish strong if you're down, don't you, Crystal? It really does matter. Not like Toi Basketbol Aotearoa, same situation. You got to know where you're at with the points for and against coming into games and during games even.
Right. And you do want to finish strong. I mean, it's not just about today, but the momentum carries over games. We see it with the Bulls, but the opposite effect, losing games. So you definitely want to finish strong, get some positive momentum into your next one.
This is the Sharks team that has started to hit their straps nicely towards the back end of the season. And the win here is really going to help their aspirations. They'll move above 500. They'll move to 9-8 with a win. This will be their 4th straight win. You know what? They took care of teams. Taranaki and the Bulls, who were in that top 6, fell out and are struggling. You've got a big game between those 2 teams tomorrow. The Bulls and the Ears. Your call tomorrow at the Franklin Pullman Leisure Centre, Crystal Vigil-Walker. 4th win in a row coming up for the Sharks. They've got the Tuatara on Sunday on the North Shore. That's a big game. It's also for a team who are 8-8 like the Tuatara, looking to go 9-8. So Burden 3. Their points percentage differential 93, the Sharks. So they've got to keep scoring to bump that up.
Of course, Greta comes up with it.
Timmins, the body right there. Swakala Bullock. Scott. Murphy. Clean look. Count it. Back to Murphy. off the bench with 6. And Jonathan Yim calls timeout for the Sharks. Fortuitous bounce off the side of the backboard. The defensive pressure of Sam Timmins, and then Murphy knocking that one down.
Campbell Scott just doing such a good job today of moving that ball around, finding his teammates wide open in the wings. Good to see Braden Inga getting up there in the MVP votes. He has 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists on the day.
How do you see the game playing out as Josiah Alec is your game MVP with a matter of seconds to go? How do you see the Sharks Tuatara matchup going on Sunday?
I mean, they've got Rob Lowe, who will be a tough matchup. He's a big body inside, and we know he's very smart. But I think it will be dependent on what type of game plan the Tuatara go with. They also have Luther Muhammad, who's smart down the stretch as well. But that will be a real test for the Sharks, depending on, you know, how they can go in their playoff run, because the Tuatara is a very solid team who has a lot of weapons.
Yeah, they match up really well with the Sharks team, don't they? Low on Timmins, you've got Vidanovic and Alec. That'll be just all hustle and heart, that one. Boone, Asbury matched up, Charlie Pride, Lloyd Tuach, Luther Muhammad as well. Throw him into the mix. Who picks him up? Asbury on him. Burton has to probably pick up Charlie Pride, maybe. Just matchups all over the floor. Great game coming up on Sunday afternoon. Timmins gets another rebound. And yes, a foul with 1.9 to go.
And if that's on Yates, he'll be fouled out of the game.
Timmins, 27 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Nine of 16 from the line tonight are the Southland Sharks. Hawke's Bay, 12 of 19. Timmins moves to 28. Huge rebound advantage, 53 to 42. Southland on the glass. That's really told the story of this game. 3 starters, double-digit rebounding figures. I don't think I've seen that in the Sal's NBL, as Murphy calls the BNZ player timeout off the miss. But I haven't seen a rebound count like that.
I mean, those 3 are very hard to stop, and I'm sure as the Tuatara are watching on in this game, they're already going to be thinking about getting bodies on those 3 guys, Boone, Timmins, and Alec. Because you're right, they've really done some damage on that glass.
So the BNZ player timeout has been called. Greeter, just a couple of ticks to go, 2.4 on the clock. Scott has it blocked, and that is the game. A 16-point win for Josiah Alec and the Southland Sharks. 92-76. And the Sharks move on to play the Tuatara on Sunday. And on behalf of Crystal Ledger-Walker and all the Sky Sport crew who brought you this game, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Matariki Friday. And we'll see you next time on The Call.